Continuing on the subject of how do they get away with it, one of the first things that they did was that they brought in the experts, okay, which were NLP people, and their purpose was essentially to prove, in inverted commas, that I'm a pathological liar. That's basically what they were doing. And they literally came into my work and that's what they were telling people. This is how they did it. They have a theory that people, when they're lying, they look in one direction, and when they're telling the truth, they look in another direction. It's something like it's something about the eye movements. And I remember, you see, there's a reason why these NLP people are pissed off with me. And I've said it in another video. I told some truths that was uncomfortable for them, you know. I'm not going to go into it now, but I talked about how some of their practices are unethical. And anyway, I'm not going to talk about that now. But they have this eye movement theory. And I remember, because I was looking into this to study it many years ago, because I studied psychology at university. It's not my degree, because after 2 years I decided that I would prefer to do anthropology. But anyway, so my degree is anthropology, not psychology. But I remember looking into this eye movement theory, and I sat in front of a mirror and I put it to the test. And I mean, I can't even remember it now, which way was which, but I do remember that when I did it, it was random. It wasn't, you know, I kind of tested myself. I'm like, okay, I'm going to tell a lie now. Which way do my eyes go? You know that. And anyway, I found my own results were that it was random. So anyway, but they were telling people this, and I remember being in a meeting with my manager, who had started gangstalking me also. She was doing the triggers for the exploitation of phobia, torture. Thankfully, she didn't do the worst one, which was the coughing. That would have made me stand up and walk out. And in fact, she didn't do it when she was in the meeting. She did it as she was walking away. But anyway, going back to the meeting, so she was asking me questions and looking at my eyes very closely, and I knew why she was doing that, obviously, you know. And here's the thing, I don't know, because I don't know which way my eyes went, you know. I wasn't, I couldn't remember what the theory was then, you know, which way was which, but I just wonder now, I wonder if they did something with mind control. You know, now knowing that I have been a mind control victim since I was 4, now I'm wondering, did they do something with mind control to make sure that I did the wrong movements? I don't know. But you know what they were also doing with mind control, which I know they were doing because I remember, is they were in certain situations literally making me tell just stupid lies. I mean, just say things that were not true at all. Like, Oh, I remember that there was a conversation about the royal family at work. Um, it was on, I was a flight attendant. We were on board an aircraft. And I remember, because I'm not a royalist, okay? I don't really support the royal family at all. Although I did very much like Princess Diana, because I felt she was a genuine, kind person. But anyway, the conversation was around that, and they were asking me, I can't remember exactly now that I don't know, it could be that I'm being mind controlled to forget, but they were asking me vaguely if I remember about the children, the babies, that was it, the babies. And I was looking at the pictures. Thing is, I do love any babies, babies are cute. So you show me a picture of a baby, whether it's a royal baby or not, But then they asked me something more specific about how I felt about the royal family, and I think I said that I like them and stuff, and I mean it was a complete lie. I don't, if there's an article about them, I don't go and read it. I'm not interested. I don't know how to say it. But that was a lie, and I knew it was. And at that time, I wasn't aware of why I was saying it. Anyway, I walked away from that conversation because it was making me uncomfortable. Obviously, I just it's something called cognitive dissonance, isn't it? That they do this to us all the time. Us meaning those of us who are mind controlled. They make us do things that are against our own values and stuff, okay, and that causes a cognitive dissonance, and that's uncomfortable. So I walked away. I thought, this isn't my conversation anyway. I don't even like the royal family, and then this one crew member, he was a tall guy, I remember, a white guy, and he followed me, and I knew intuitively that there was a real purpose behind that. But of course, I wasn't aware of what was going on at all behind my back, which was a lot. They were basically trying to remove me from my job and to make, I think they were just making me into the most hated person on the planet. I don't know, it was horrible, horrible, horrible things going on, and lies being told about me. But this guy, he followed me, and he told me a story of, it was at the time when Meghan Markle, I think, that's her name, was with the the younger prince. Is it Harry? Anyway, it was early on in that story, and I think this might cut off, but let's keep going and see. He was telling me, did you know that people believe that she's a gold digger or something like that? Now, I could care less, all right? I could